Hello, I'm Bishop Walter Harvey, the Senior Pastor at Park Lawn Assembly of God in Milwaukee, and I'm inviting you to attend the Global Leadership Summit in August 2017. Your decision to attend the summit could save, strengthen, and extend your leadership lifespan. I attended the summit last year with my staff, and it had a measurable impact on our church. More importantly, it helped to prepare me and our church to respond to the unexpected events of riots and unrest that occurred a few days after the summit right here in Sherman Park. I feel so strongly about the Global Leadership Summit and how it can have a positive impact on your church or your business or organization that I made this video. The people in our cities, our churches, our families, and our organizations, they're demanding that their self-appointed and elected leaders either lead, follow, or get out of the way. Since the beginning of time and creation, there has always been a cry and a demand for leadership. God's solution to chaos is leadership. That's the story of creation in Genesis. It's a story about leadership. Leadership brings order. Leadership brings light to darkness. Leadership brings creativity to routine, productivity to ineffectiveness, evaluation to performance, and celebration to success. And that's the same story that must be repeated day after day through your and my leadership, especially in poor and urban communities. I've served this city for over 30 years, and I've served Park Lawn Assembly of God for the past 25 years. During this time, I've learned several important things about leadership. The first lesson is this, that leadership and service to and in poor urban areas is not only very rewarding, but it can also be the toughest places and the toughest people to serve. Leadership is a tough occupation, and if you're doing it right, it means great sacrifice. You give up more, you sacrifice more, you pay more, pray more, stay longer, stay later, and you arrive earlier. I have a new leadership term for you. Leadership is bleedership. Now, I'm not saying this for us to feel sorry for ourselves, but the reality is that as a leader, we must hemorrhage if we expect those who we lead to shed a drop of blood. Leaders will be the first to be wounded in the organization. There's a great scene in the movie Gladiator. Maximus is finally given a chance to fight Commodus, the Roman emperor, and to avenge his murdered family. But just minutes before the final fight, Commodus stabs Maximus while he's chained in prison and then orders his guards to strap Maximus' armor over the bleeding wound. Maximus has to fight while wounded. Leadership is much the same way. Leadership is bleedership. Leaders have to lead while wounded. Leaders have to deal with private issues in the public eye. Leaders have to manage majority disapproval, disillusionment, plus their own internal struggles. The number 2 lesson that I've learned is that leadership in poor and urban communities and organizations is also tough because resources are often scarce. And yet, I have seen over and over again that God can, God has, and God will make a way in the wilderness and provide rivers in deserted places. But scarcity alone is not the main problem. An even greater obstacle is the mindset of scarcity. In 1863, the shackles were removed from the legs and the necks of African Americans. They're no longer controlled or limited by exterior chains, but many of the chains are still on our mindsets. The root of all poverty is the lack of knowledge. Our minds must also be liberated to know that God is bigger than the scarcity in our personal lives, in our organizations, and in our community. He's bigger than what we currently see, currently know, and currently experience. Ephesians 3:20 says, He is able to do immeasurably more. And Proverbs 29:18 reminds us that where there is no vision, the people perish. As leaders, our number 1 task is to catch God's big vision. That is His dream for our lives, our churches, and our community. And then to cast that vision so that people will also catch it and allow it to shape and form their lives and their personal goals. If we can see it, we can pursue it. If we can see it, we can go through hell just to reach it. If we can see it, then we can motivate others who will also see it to join our team and walk together with us to make the dream a reality. But as the leader, I must be the first to see it. The Global Leadership Summit can help all of us become better leaders, whether you lead a church, nonprofit, government agency, or a business. And as we develop our capacity as leaders and even expand our capacity to endure pain, our organizations will also grow stronger, bigger, and healthier. So please make the investment of time, energy, and resources. Can I count on you to stand with me as a leader in our city? Will you attend and bring your lead team to the Global Leadership Summit in August 2017? You won't regret it.